What's up, high levelers? My name is Andrew, and today we're talking about conversation AI public APIs. If you're a developer or you like building cool stuff online with HighLevel, you're going to love this. If you're not, then pay attention. I'll break it down. It'll make complete sense. Either way, this is super cool. So let me show you how our conversation AI public APIs function and how you can get started today. So here we are in the HighLevel API 2.0 documentation. If you scroll all the way down, you'll find our conversation AI section. And here we have a few different actions. So first we have attach action to agent. Then we have list actions for agent, get action by ID, update action, remove action from agent, and update follow-up settings. So all of the actions that we have within the public API for conversation AI. Let me tell you a little bit about how you can get this set up for yourself and also what we're doing with these actions. So as you saw in the API, a lot of our primary actions in that first category for the API itself are around conversation AI actions. So our actions, if you recall, are under bot goals. If we scroll down to the bottom, this is where we can set up our actions. That is what we're referring to inside of the first part of the API. So things like appointment booking, triggering workflows, collecting contact info, stopping the bot, human handover, transfers, and auto follow-up. These are those actions on the actions level of the conversation AI. So attaching actions, we're talking about attaching appointment booking or transfer bots or follow-ups, things like that. So that's what that first part of actions is under the API itself. The second part is for agents. This is managing agents, and the last part will be generations. We're going to go over that in a second. First, if you haven't set up your private integration token for conversation AI, all you have to do is go to settings, then go to private integrations. Whenever we create our new private integration token, then the only scopes we need to add can be found if we just look up conversation AI is conversation AI read only and conversation AI write. So this allows us to see our conversation AI agents and write to those agents. So once you create your private integration, you'll get your API token, and then we can utilize all of the awesome things in the API itself. So let's go over some of these actions, how you can use them, and all of the really cool stuff we can do with the Conversations AI API. So first, we have our first category of actions. We have attach action to agent, list actions for an agent, get action by ID, update action, remove action from agent, and update follow-up settings, which is just another action. So all of these are just allowing us to modify our actions inside of our agents as I just showed you. And they're all pretty straightforward. Attach actions to an agent allows us to create and attach new actions to an AI agent. So if we have an existing agent and we want to add, let's say, appointment booking, that's when we would use this first action. The next API action that we have is list actions for an agent. So if we have an agent that has an appointment booking action and a contact info action, then it will return those actions within this call. Then we have get action by ID. This is where we can retrieve information about a specific action using its unique identifier. So all we have to include is the action ID and the agent ID. We'll talk about those in a second. We then have update action, which allows us to just update the action's configuration. So for example, if we are using a trigger workflow action, then we can update the name just like this. And then we have the details of the object itself. So this will change based on which value you're using for the action itself. So if we're changing our trigger workflow action, we can update the trigger condition or the trigger message or the workflow IDs. Then if we are using the update contact field info, we can adjust those pieces of info. You can go through all of this in the HighLevel API 2.0 and check out all of these different pieces of information. There's a lot that you can go into for updating actions, but it's all pretty straightforward. The documentation includes exactly what you can include inside of your actions and what you should and shouldn't do. But this allows you to interact with essentially all of the different actions such as human handover, advanced follow-ups, transfers, stopping the bot, appointment booking, contact info, and workflow triggers. Now our next action that we have is to remove actions. This is pretty straightforward. We just include the action ID and the agent ID, and then we remove that action. And lastly, we can update our follow-up settings because that's kind of set up as its own API since it's a little bit more complicated in order to configure that. But again, this will just have an action ID. Now, those two IDs we mentioned, agent IDs and action IDs. If you want to find the action IDs, then you can use the list actions for an agent. This will return the different action IDs. And in order to utilize this action, all we have to do is input the agent ID. And in order to get the agent ID, all we have to do is use our agents APIs. So remember, this Conversation AI API is set up in 3 different categories. We have our actions, we have our agents, and generations. So now let's talk about agent API actions. These are really cool. We have 5 different primary actions that we can do a lot of stuff with. So first, we can create new agents. Awesome. This is going to be super useful in a lot of use cases. Second, we can search agents. So we can search for specific agents based on criteria such as their status or their name. And we can also update agents with the third action, which allows us to take an existing agent and update its configuration with actions and prompts and things like that. Our fourth part under our agents is to get agents. So this gets our agent specific ID. And then our last one is to delete agents. So remember, as we said, all of those previous actions will require that agent ID. How do we get that agent ID? Using get agent. Super simple. We can also use search agents that will also return our IDs. But if we use get agent, all this is going to do is return our conversation AI agent ID. Pretty straightforward. So this will kind of be the first step, as developers are probably used to. This will kind of be the first step in order to actually perform actions with an agent, because we have to find the agent first. So think about this as how we're finding the agent, and then everything else is how we're interacting with the agent. Now, the create an agent action. We'll start here because this is awesome. This gives you so much functionality, and you can build some really cool stuff with this. Now, before we dive into this, I want you to take like a quick step back with how we're approaching this and think about some use cases. Think about, let's say, a customer paying you, and then immediately as you receive payment, as soon as their account's created, you can have an agent created on the back end with all the customization necessary for that customer. So in our create an agent action, as you can see here, we can include all sorts of info like the agent name, the business name, the mode, if it's suggestive or autopilot, the different channels it's on, if it's a primary agent, weight settings, sleep settings, its personality, goal, instructions, literally everything you include whenever you're creating an agent inside of HighLevel here, like our personality, goal, prompting, everything we can do with our HighLevel API create an agent. And that I can't wait to get my hands on and start utilizing inside of my agency. This is going to be awesome for a lot of you. And there's just infinite possibilities with the create an agent API. So I love this. Now for search agents, this finds the agent based on a name, status, and configuration. So let's say we're looking for all active agents or all autopilot agents. We can use that as the status, or if we're looking for all agents named internal or external, we can do that as well. Think about some good use cases for this. You can probably set up a system in order to search for all agents that are internal agents and then update them whenever you bring on a new employee to add it to their knowledge base, things like that. You can do a lot of cool stuff with that. You can even utilize this alongside some of the other AI APIs like voice AI, knowledge base, things like that. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with this. Next, we have the ability to update agents. Like I said, this is pretty straightforward. All we need to include is that agent ID, and then we can update all of the same information that we included when we were creating the agent. So the agent name, the business name, the mode, channels, primary, weight settings, everything there we can use in the update agent settings. Get agent, we already went over. And lastly, delete agent, you can include your agent ID and then it will delete the agent using this API. So there's probably a couple unique use cases for this, whether like a customer stops paying or whether you're trying to clean up some of your sub accounts. This can work pretty well for that. And lastly, our last category after actions, agents, and now we have generations. So we have one generation action, which is get generation details. This one's really straightforward. All this is going to do is retrieve the information about AI responses inside of HighLevel. So if you remember what it's like whenever you are messaging with your agent, when you get a message like this, you can click this button inside HighLevel and see your AI response info. That's the same thing as our generation info. So if you're trying to figure out exactly what you're getting in that, this is what you're getting. You're getting all of the chat history, the message that the AI composed, why it composed this message, what information it compiled in order to create the message itself. So if an AI is pulling from, let's say, an FAQ or a table or a website in order to create its response, this is how you kind of debug agents and see what's going on inside their head. So that's what our generation details API action performs. Now, between all of these, the ones that are probably going to be most useful for you are your actions and your agents, especially if you create a very specific formula for the type of agents you want to create and deploy. You can do all of this at scale using these APIs. This is when it really becomes useful, not when you're just creating an agent for one customer, but when you're creating one for 10,000 customers all at the same time. This is when this becomes really, really fantastic and really handy in order to help serve your customers better and build better products on HighLevel. Now, feel free to combine your conversation AI agent API with the other AI APIs, such as knowledge bases and voice AI. There's so much cool stuff that you can use to plug these together and make these systems talk to each other and build some really cool stuff on HighLevel. Now, of course, if you have any questions about utilizing this conversation AI, as always, I understand using APIs and documentation and building complex solutions like this can be kind of difficult. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments on this video or refer to the rest of the help doc. As always, my name is Andrew. I hope hope you found this helpful, and thank you very much for watching.